Back here at the Orleans for the second part of the Mojave Doubles Classic. This is the second half already of the Scratch Division title match as the handicap one stayed close all the way. Teddy Lucente having his career JBT day, looking to win his first title, teaming up with local great Steven Villanueva, and that ball was pretty right there in the 1-3 pocket. Walking it up there. Boy, Teddy's running it out. Steven's pumping the fist. You know, pumped up, top-seeded team right there, taking on an awful tough twosome here in the light blue. It's Curtis Lindeman and Jacob Butturff. Jacob having one of the best seasons in JBT history already, and we're barely, not even halfway through it. And Curtis just trying to add to a victory total, which most people would think is a lot higher than it was. Jacob's got 14 titles already in his still young career, while Curtis is only a two-time winner. He's had some tough luck in step ladders and title matches. This is a big chance for him, working on 3 in a row. Has the Wilson ball ever looked better in your life? Yeah, you heard me, Steven. You heard me. That's a Wilson. Curtis is a fond visitor of the thrift stores, so he found he shot 300 with a $6, what the heck was it? It was $6, I forget what ball it was, and he shot 3 in JBT with it, and he's been using that Wilson ball, I don't even know if it's reactive or not, quite a bit lately on tour. Something you don't see from Jacob very often, a 1/2-7. He's got that voodoo carry that's been working so well for him. If you haven't seen him before, his thumb is in the ball, but he is so flexible in his wrist that it's essentially like he's throwing it thumbless because it's curled back on his wrist. So he gets thumbless power, but thumb in control, and that's what's been so devastating for him all season long. If he spares it up, his team will lead by about 16 pins, and he misses it. That's another thing you don't see very often, and you can't in this Baker format give up those 9 outs. It's such an emotional boost to the other team and negative for your team. And you know, Jacob is hard on himself when he does anything but win, and he's got to shake it off and not negatively affect his teammate either. The tough lefty from Vegas. Anybody who knows anything about bowling around here knows that this guy is hard to beat in any event. Dead flush in the 1-2 for his pocket, and all of a sudden the lead El Flippo Floppos, right? 4-pin lead for Steven and Teddy. Teddy can extend it to 14 with the strike here. Best JBT performance ever. He bowled 7 out of 8 200 games on a pretty medium scoring pattern day, but there were many people that bowled higher than this number overall as I look at the card. Right out the edge. And again, in a crucial spot, we've seen it from almost every finalist today in handicap and scratch. A late frame goof. If he doesn't make it, the lead El Flippo Floppos. Back to the boys in light blue. Certainly a makeable spare though. Get that ball to the left of the 2, drive the 2 into the 10. Does a backup. I thought he was going to try a backup at it, but it was just left the whole time. 7 out on the double is hideous. So now the lead balloons to 14 when it was less than a mark. If he just goes 7-2, going for it definitely does not pay dividends there. Now it's more than a mark. This is a spot that Curtis has not had very often. And probably after Jacob missed that 7-pin, he didn't think he'd be in this spot right now.
Waiting to get 81 to the camera, waiting to get 81.
You can see him take a little extra time. Contrast this with the handicap bowlers who were up the second the rake was anywhere near ready. Curtis taking extra time on this shot. What does Wilson and Lindeman have? They have a dead tug off his hand. Not a good shot from Curtis. Ouch. You know, there's a whole different kind of pressure in doubles. These guys, you know, feel the pressure of bowling for titles, but you're bowling for your buddy and your partner too, and that adds a whole different dimension to it. You want to win so bad and not let down your partner. It's easier said than done to put thoughts like that out of your head. That might have something to do with these less than perfect shots lately. Those late frames here. That said, spare it up and you got yourself a 14-pin lead heading into the 10th. You can salt it away if Jacob performs. Hard and straight, no problem with the 6-pin. The best Steven can do for his team is strike out for 209. As long as Jacob fills 17 pins here, it's over. There it is. That is going to do it. Well, for Curtis, the most negative kid I've met in quite some time. He's the most self-deprecating, hard-on-himself kid for a kid with that much talent. He's gonna have to find some self-deprecating way of saying, "Oh, I backed into that title," which is not true.
Yeah, I knew the team would have left you with one.
Yes, yes, yes. And how about Jacob Butturff, folks? 15 titles already. He started the year with 6. 9 wins before we turned the calendar. He finished off with the TPC win, so he just really hasn't stopped since he started bowling JBTs. It's been one heck of a run, and that run continues with the doubles title. I bet you Steven gets all 3 here. He's a pretty tough customer. But it's inconsequential. His 222 is more than enough. More heartbreak for Teddy is that will be his career high finish, but he bowled so well all day long today. A 190, what was it, 198 game 7 was his only game under 200 all day. In fact, it was his only game under 219 all day long, so spectacular bowling, but it's going to result in a runner-up finish. We'll hand out the awards to 8 very talented finalists, and we'll do it all over again with singles action tomorrow. For the 1004th time, Brianna Caldwell. Is this the best female bowler in JBT history?
Nope.
The argument ensues.
Yes, don't
nope.
listen to him.
Right away from Hubby. Great stuff here.